studying the Maya. The Maya disappeared in 900 off the face of the earth. That was prophesied in the Book of Enoch. If you go into the Book of Enoch and Google the bit where it says, say, Book of Enoch, they will give up their idols, and it'll come up that there will be those who worship stones and idols will be slaughtered in one day and no one to help them. Basically, after the Maya, the Aztecs were there, and the Aztecs had a calendar, and it said on a certain day at a certain time, Quetzalcoatl would return, the feathered serpent. And at the exact same time, Hernán Cortés turned up in a boat, representing the Vatican, and slaughtered the whole lot of them, slaughtered the Aztecs. And then they built cathedrals on top of the temples. Quetzalcoatl returned. See, the nature of Quetzalcoatl is that he doesn't give a shit what you believe, as long as it's not the truth. And as long as you have idolatry and temple building in that belief system, Quetzalcoatl has returned. Because the foundation stone, one of the cornerstones of real civilization in the eyes of the Most High God, not in the eyes of their gods or Quetzalcoatl, is that you shall not take a tool upon a stone and call it an altar to the Lord. So when they moved, when the Catholics moved in, Quetzalcoatl came back. He slaughtered all the Aztecs, pulled down a lot of their temples, and built cathedrals on top of the pyramids. It specifically says in where they sacrifice people on top of the pyramids. It specifically says in the Bible, you shall not build your homes or a temple on top of the heathen temples. You're not to do that. So basically, when they were building them pyramids, they put mercury underneath them. There's a layer of mercury underneath them. Mercury conducts electricity and other stuff. There's a layer of mercury underneath all of those pyramids for whatever reason. Some say it's what gives the moon, it helps the moon, what gives the moon its light, but who knows. But basically, Quetzalcoatl did return with a new religion, but the new religion has the same pitfalls: idolatry, lies, temple building, veneration of an evil god and goddesses. So your Catholic religion came, Quetzalcoatl returned, and he built temples on top of the old temples, but still the same thing. Maybe they don't do human sacrifices out in the open, but I'm sure somewhere along the line a bit of it goes on. We live in the real world here. There's a lot of it goes on. So basically, Quetzalcoatl did return. Quetzalcoatl is still here. So what he done to the Maya was over so many generations, the people, see, it's the same system as well. The Maya were contacted by people on boats, but they were giants. This is the story. They came across the sea, taught them all this mad religion, got them to start sacrificing people and hacking one another up, and also building horrible heathen temples. And next thing you know, one day they all just disappeared. Like I said in the Book of Enoch. Book of Enoch actually says that. And then, same system again. People turned up on boats, hacked them all to pieces, and taught them another religion and how to build different temples. These ones are called cathedrals and churches, on top of the old ones. So basically, he just got a makeover. He changed the furniture. I've been saying for years all he does is change the furniture, and that's exactly what he done. The religion is a different religion, but it's still a lie. Religion is a lie. So you have, in that religion, you have veneration of the title of the Queen of Heaven. That's the first. The Queen of Heaven is the first signs of religion in the, you can see, of a religion that you can see in the Middle East, in Africa, in Asia, 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 in Africa, in A in the Middle East, is the worship of Ishtar, or something, Star, or something like that, or Venus. It's a worship of a feminine deity called the Queen of Heaven. Still to this day, the religions of Quetzalcoatl have that deity in different forms. In Catholicism, that deity is called, that's called the Queen of Heaven, is who they say she's the Virgin Mary. Mary was never a virgin. She may have been. She was a virgin when she gave birth to Jesus. When she was impregnated with Jesus, but no. Afterwards, because she had loads of children. So this Virgin Mary business is the Queen of Heaven. So it's the same religion. And then you have votes and stuff like that. Democracy created the Medusa, which turns you to stone. Yeah, turn you to stone, you make a statue of it. It's a metaphor, it's a parable. And King Solomon, when he was talking to Lilith, who actually is Ishtar, in the story of King Solomon, he says, "What do you do?" She said, "I kill babies and I give men disease. If I can't get one that night, I move on to another one. But I have to get someone every night." She's called the night creature, the night squealer, all sorts of the terror at night, all of this stuff. She has loads of different titles. But King Solomon took away her power by binding her hair. So binding her hair is a metaphor for getting rid of democracy. Because her hair is the snakes. Each one of them is a snake in the Medusa's head, and each one of them represents a politician spitting venom and turning people against one another in the parliaments. That's democracy. So King Solomon bound her hair. He got rid of the democracy. He got rid of all the dissenting voices, and because he was directly chosen by God to be the king, he done a great job. Until he was corrupted by his foreign wives and start letting them build heathen god temples for whatever reason. So Quetzalcoatl did return, and yeah, he was up to his old tricks. He slaughtered his victims, the Maya, fulfilling the prophecy in the Book of Enoch and in the Bible that the heathen that worship stones and rocks and stuff like that will be slaughtered in one day and none to help them. It's exactly what happened to the Maya. It was exactly what happened to the Inca, and then they just started off again. So Jesus says, if those days were not shortened in the last days, but for the elect few, there would be no flesh left upon the earth. So the Mayans were eaten. You can see pictures of them being eaten from old manuscripts. The Catholics hid most of it, but the Maya got eaten by Quetzalcoatl and his men, or whatever. They filed their teeth down, they binded their skulls until they looked like lizards. They weren't happy being made in the image of the Most High, but they wanted to look like a lizard. So they filed their teeth till they were pointy. They done all sorts of weird shit. And they ate flesh and stuff like that. So Quetzalcoatl returned on when he said he would, and his religion is prominent today. So because we're building temples and we're venerating, well, I'm not doing it, but Catholics are and stuff like that, and they're venerating the Queen of Heaven, the same thing's going to happen to them. That's what Jesus is talking about. If those days were not shortened but for the elect few, there would be no flesh left on the earth. There you go.